Hey, Rich, long time, first time. I got to know what's more likely for you.
Okay.
Does James Cook get his $15 million a year extension that he's demanding, or do he and the Bills part ways acrimoniously because we won't make him the second highest paid running back in the league?
Great question, Tim in Buffalo, because this is going to be the fault line, if you will, of will we see a reimagining of paying running backs based on the fact that the Packers did it and the Ravens did it and the Eagles did it. The Ravens not so much as the Eagles and the Packers, but they did it for Josh Jacobs. They spent money, the Ravens did, on Derrick Henry, and Saquon we all know the story to. And will we now see a reconfiguration of, for certain players at the running back position, we will now pay that market value? And the 15 million figure, Tim, that you're referring to was on an Instagram, on an Instagram live that we've got up on the screen. You could see at the very bottom what we're spotlighting here. He responded to a conversation about his future in Buffalo saying 15 mil a year, which would put him second overall behind McCaffrey in terms of an annually paid running back. And we'll see. We'll see. Because I'll tell you what, I had James Cook in not one but two fantasy leagues this year. And I was thinking he's going to have a dynamite postseason because they're not using him like a bell cow. They would sit him for multiple series. Here comes Ray Davis. Here comes Ty Johnson. On third down, let's take James Cook off the field.
Well, against the Chiefs, famously, he wasn't out there at the end?
His last touch was with 9 minutes to go in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
And he's a difference maker. Trust me. I saw it on the Orange Bowl one night as a collegiate. True. And so I don't know. Like, do you think Ray Davis can do all the things that James Cook did? Do you think Ray Davis can be a touchdown from scrimmage monster like James Cook did? Can you, when you just went as far as you did, and the rest of the conversation being who are the playmakers for Josh Allen? And he wins the MVP anyway. And, Dalton Kincaid, can he step up and be a difference maker at the tight end spot in a way that we've seen just for instance, Sam Laporta do it? I don't know. This is going to be a fascinating part of this offseason. Will Brandon Beane pay James Cook top of the running back market value? Or will they just say, on to the next? Because we made the AFC Championship game without Stephon Diggs and with Mac Hollins, and we'll just do it with Ray Davis. I would do it. You know how I feel about running backs. Do it.
I do.
You don't have to.
I do know how you feel, and I want to play a little game in 10 seconds. I want to play a little game with you about this.
All right. Well, and then we'll fill in the radio audience what we're playing the game about in hour number 2 of this Friday program coming up.
Okay, I want to look at the 2025 average salary for some of these running backs, and I want you to tell me if James Cook is better than these guys, and if you would pay him higher. Let's start at the $7 million baseline. He should at least get a raise to at least Aaron Jones. Would you rather have James Cook or Aaron Jones?
Well, obviously Aaron Jones is longer in the tooth.
Tony Pollard, $7.25 million.
I hear you.
Derrick Henry, I think we can say his $8 million per year is a bargain.
Yes.
For what he gave last year. How about DeAndre Swift, $8 million per year?
Obviously, I want James Cook.
Chuba Hubbard, $8.3 million. Got a nice raise after how he performed last year.
Sure.
Joe Mixon, $8.5. Ramondre Stevenson, $9. David Montgomery, $9.1. James Conner, $9.5.
Now, the issue with you saying these numbers for some of these players is some of them have not given you the production that you're looking for. And that might be the point of view of like, you're paying this amount of money, and they're not producing. So let's go into this running back draft that is apparently so deep and talented and go that way. But again, my pushback is the amount of money that you're talking about is like what? Backup guard sometimes? You know what I mean? And I don't understand why you look at the running back spot and say, that's where we're going to cut. That's where we're going to act like we don't have the revenue. That's the belt tightening position. I never understand why running backs are viewed as the belt tighteners on your cap.
You want to give him the Josh Jacobs deal? 4 for 48?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, that seems...
you know what I mean? Like,
I think
you
that
can
seems
get yourself
fair.
another linebacker. You can get your... Hey,
I think that seems pretty fair.
with the amount of money that you save, if you're saying I can get a Zach Bond type guy, now you're going to give me the pause. But James Cook means something.
I think that's pretty fair, the Josh Jacobs deal.
I think so too. Yeah. And if you want, and if you give some guy $15 million a year and he's now going to go crush it for you, I never understand why we're going to. This is the position we're going to belt tighten. It's the roster version of Jerry Jones looking at coaches and saying, I'm not paying you. And the thing about that one that's totally off the reservation for me is there's no cap concerns there. It's just you not wanting to pay and trying to back up your play in front of the rest of your colleagues when you're in an owner's room and you're saying you're paying too much for coaches. There's dead money everywhere, and you're rising my costs of doing business because of it. So, yeah, I'd pay James Cook. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.